Howdy guys, in today's video we're going to be looking at practical number 3 from our lines tool for the CAD feature, and this will be for FabriCAM software. But before that, let's have a quick intro first. So today's video can be found on softwaretraining.co.za, and we make short and easy to watch problem solving videos, and we also have daily updates. Otherwise, we're heading to the program here. Now, in the previous two videos, we had two practicals where we looked at creating a basic rectangle, a triangle, and now we're going to be looking at creating more of a triangle looking rectangle. Now, this is by far the most complicated practical so far. So if you run through this, you should be quite familiar with how to use these features and a form of measurement with them. Now, I'll tell you kind of the requirements, and then I will let you try get at it. And then if you don't come right, I'll show you afterwards how I go about it, so you can just recap. So what I'm going to require from you is to create a form of rectangle, like I said, a triangular rectangle with a line and a 2-point line. And then, yeah, so at any time now, you can pause the video and I will resume afterwards. So if you have just resumed, and I will quickly run you through the process I use on creating these form of shapes. So this is definitely, like I said, way more complex. It takes a little bit more measurements, but still way less than creating this whole thing just with the lines and not the 2-point line. So with the line selected, I'm going to add my foundation, which is my base. I'm going to leave these two X and Y on 0 again to have a good origin. And then I'm going to set my X here to 60 and my Y I'm going to leave 0 because I want it low. There we go, we've got our first line. Now I'm going to add my second line and then the third. So the second line, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from the X, I'm going to go 10 in. So we have more round numbers to work with. And then I'm going to leave the Y's now. So I'll first set the X's so I have an idea of where it's going to be. So 10 in, and I want to leave a 10 out from that side. So that means instead of 60, I'm going to make it 50. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift the Y1 and Y2. So there's these 2 points. I'm going to lift them each by 20. Say OK. And then we have our second line. Now the third line gets quite tricky because you will be thinking, at least you could very easily think, I'm just going to duplicate. So I'm going to go 10 in here. Then I'll go 40 here. Sorry, 40 to 10 in. And then I'll lift it 20 and 20. You might make that mistake, maybe not if you've calculated correctly, but what this will do is it'll bring a 10 in. That means this line is going to be up here parallel with this one, and then it's going to be 10 shorter. And then what we're going to do is we're going to find that the actual height is exactly in this line, so you won't even see this line. So what we want to do is we're going to bring 20 in because this one was 10 in, so we're going to bring another 20 in, and we're going to make the height twice the amount, so that'll be 40 40. Then I say okay, you can see it adds our last little line. Now comes the nice part, and I find this very rewarding. So we go to the line 2 points and we start connecting the dots. So I'm going to connect this one to that one, pan up a bit. Now keep in mind you have to select the tool again, and then we go next one, point to point. This really feels like connecting the dots, which I guess it actually is. And then we go to another one, and then like I mentioned, this type of workflow is going to save you a lot of time where you don't have to calculate these angles and their points and try to remember it. But yeah, there we go. That is practical 3. It's rather simple actually. It's the most complex shape we've had to create, in the sense that we have a middle joining point, so to keep the slope and all of that consistent, it is definitely more challenging. But yeah, otherwise, thanks guys for watching. And if you head here to softwaretraining.co.za, you guys will notice we've got a variety of different softwares we do cover, and you can also isolate your search on the top right. If you do not, however, find the training videos you're looking for, just simply go here, request the training video, fill in the mini form, and then we'll do our best to try and make that for you. But otherwise, thanks guys for watching, and cheers.